in the kitchen. Right, so here we are, back in here. We've managed to, oops, let's turn down time a bit, improve our situation by dying.
Do with finding yourself some better members of your dynasty, which may mean creating some better members of your dynasty.
Well, yes, that is certainly a theory. Alright, I probably also need to go round sorting out pacts. Okay, well, that's not going to work. So my husband is fairly useful. I am very useful. I don't have any strong claims, but I've put my Chancellor to work over there for as soon as I have some money. Right, how's that? Right, well, I'd lose proud, but I'd gain stressed. Right, let's... That puts me negative, though.
Very briefly.
Yeah. Right. At least we're not negative now. You're saying that we have a deficit. Right. Pictures. I can gain extra prestige, but I depress my intrigue by 1, which is not my best stat. Poachers will be eliminated. I can... Let's say the law demands their death by hanging. Well, apparently I was pregnant. Right, and I've improved someone's opinion. So, my daughter is quick. How old are you? Not that old yet. But you are a promising stoat. Kill. The regency has ended. I've got a son. Hooray, I've had a son. Let's try and amass some wealth.
Would you try and kill them? Because someone's trying to kill you.
Yeah, just...
Only 62.5%.
But he's planning to kill me,
Yes.
unlike the other one.
She no longer has anyone to teach her. She probably would have... That can't be 5 minutes, can it?
Right. 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 Let's breastfeed the child.
Just feed the child.
Well, my cupbearer is called the Youthful, which I guess is as close as I can get. And of course, at the moment, I have precisely one elector.
Yes. I'm doing quite well at organising that in my game. Quite controlling a fair amount of, just at least a noticeable amount of Arabia and the Horn of Africa. I'm still the only elector. I think I may even get 3 votes.
Well, I'm trying to decide whether to join in my liege's war. I mean, the thing is, it will depress my own levies for a bit. But I'm not going to be able to do anything because I don't have any wars to go on, because I don't have anything to... So I might...
That you and your commanders can get some experience.
Yes.
And you are totally leading your own armies because...
Well... where's the opposition?
So, is that a defensive pagan? So you may need to be a bit careful about supply limits.
Well, I don't get much control over this. They're Slavic pagan and they're tribal. On the plus side, they've burnt through, I think, all their extra event-spawn troops to get a large number of troops. You're my half-sister. I've just betrothed my illegitimate half-sister to the Duke of Cyprus. You lot, I'm sure I sent you moving, but apparently I didn't. Get over there. My vassal levy is complaining already. I haven't raised you at all, honestly. Right, you're my daughter. You are looking really exceptionally good. Let's see what we can do in way of a matrilineal marriage. Like you, who are heir to the Duchy of Lychnidros. Right, well, yes. Well, I think I should probably try and bring up... I only have one negative trait, which is proud. Well, zealous is a bit half and half. You have not been attacked in Thrake, I can tell. Right, yes. Right, I should probably attach my army to their nice big army. They don't look like there's any huge vassal supply limit problems here. I mean, there's down to like 14,000 and 11,000, but that's basically nothing. Of course, the risk is that I die while I'm leading my armies, but the problem is I'm so good at it. Maybe I might be succeeded by someone with slightly more money. I mean, at the moment, my daughter looks really rather promising. She's just turned 6.
Can you nominate her as your successor yet? Or do you have?
I will check. My son is comparatively useless. Let's just check. I can. Sure, it's a good. I can do actually. There's not really a downside to it, is there? Not while I've got. I don't have to worry about my.
Make sure you've got a good designated regent in place.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I think she's one who I think. It's a shame she can't be my chancellor.
Yeah, I mean, she as regent will be better than any of the other choices as successor.
Yeah.
And your daughter will then will probably grow up into a useful person.
We hope.
You are presumably putting all the effort you can into that one.
I have my best person on it, which is me. So, well, my little daughter's going to become a zealot. Oh well. Damn it, I raised my levies, which is expensive. And now I think we're now breaking even. If only because we slaughtered some of them in a freak accident. Let's just have a quick look at this. Ah, he's suffering a certain lack of troops. I'm pregnant again, despite being A, on campaign, and B, on the plus side, I don't have any lovers. I am friends with my husband, which is, you know, unusual. Right. Used to open marshal. Right, let's take a vow. Chaste. I'm just proud. Get me monthly prestige. I can't afford to be charitable. I think I should either be humble or chaste. I'm sure proud has. Okay. Let's try chaste and virtuous, because then, you know, I'll have had 3 kids, and I don't really want more than that. The risk of dying in childbirth is way higher than the risk of dying in battle. And, yeah, one of them is much more fun than the other. Right, so I have 3 because I'm pregnant. I think that would be a little bit go on, let's be daft. Something's happened to one of my commanders. I could appoint my Mysticos, but he's kind of busy. But you're a skilled tactician, so I guess, you know, you'll do the thing. I probably don't want Barton. Let's go for the traditional quail's foot dinner. The choice of pregnant states everywhere. Let's hope that I don't become stressed from that. Even though I am having to leave the baggage tray every 20 minutes to go and pee. Because obviously the fierce little warrior is jumping up and down on bladder. As is traditional, as I understand it. Right, good. Okay. Right, my regent is currently in place. haven't at least now stopped leading troops. But, you know, even though I'm heavily pregnant, my personal wombat skill is 13, because I've acquired Brave. Regency has ended. Son. And my son is also other son is also pretty useless. How did I luck out so much with the first one? Go on, let's take the penalty of adopting the Marshal's ideas. It'll be fine. However, it looks like we might win this war fairly soon, so... I mean, I've got some pretty stonking people, considering that I'm a tiny countess in the middle of nowhere. I think this is probably because of my quite high diplomacy and general lack of negative traits. Right. So I want to become chaste, which dumps my fertility down by 15%. This is absolutely what I want. And it increases my learning, which means my learning goes up to 8. So I think that's all good. Oh, my aunt was murdered. Yeah, I'm 100% war score. Hopefully soon otters will be involved. Right, 1, go us. Yeah, that should improve the finances a bit. Yep, improves the finances quite a lot. I mean, I could join an independence faction, I just don't think it's a very good idea.
Being independent would not make your life better at this point.
I don't think so. Well, look at our martial skill go. I had someone it was sensible to go to war with. It's interesting, of course, that I can, I was able to change my succession laws, and that those weren't forced from the kingdom.
I have no idea. Okay, here's my signal. I would make sure that any barcode is entirely on one face.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, he's not completely useless, but, he's largely indifferent. She's doing really well. Be nice if she doesn't pick up the proud trait, I think, but kind, honest, brave are all good. Chaste is less good until you've improved the collection. He does still have a ridiculous moustache. Right, I probably don't want her to be cruel, no, because that squashes diplomacy. Alright, let's go for talking to her about kindness in the hope that this will do something.
Is my camera on copy page?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it may actually be the same one that Simon gave me, but branded Leica rather than Panasonic. Certainly, it's not. Certainly an extremely similar setup.
It's true.
Quite possibly.
She can't make a good matrilineal marriage, so I still want to sign her guardian. I can't form alliance with my own liege. Ooh, it's an attack. There's our text. Have we got anything we can invest in? I don't think trade practices really helps us out at this point. I think we need something else. What you are, random niece. Oh, that's ticking along nicely. Let's take it along a bit faster in the hope that one day I will... Right, well, I'm not chased. Damn it. I could do with not squashing my personal wombat skill. I think I could probably take the squashing and everything else for a few years. Just about. I'll gain 5 piety for falling in love with my husband. Oh yeah. Right. I can run upstairs again. Hooray. Right, let's talk to her about honesty. It's my cousin. Let's diplomatically explain why this is a terrible idea. And why this is not going to happen on my watch.
It really says it's acted dishonourably towards you in each case.
Yes,
No explanation of precisely what kind of dishonour.
states before dishonour, I don't know. Yes. So, we're now under limited crown authority. So who did I decide to... Oh yes. My kinswoman Partena at play, and she didn't want to sell it. So. Right. She needs a lecture on charity. You are a random kinstoked. Okay, you are going to turn into a not totally unreasonable theologian, but... Right. Well, my son has become old enough to do a thing. Well, she seems good. Right. Let's carry him off to her. Let's assign a guardian. Which I think should probably in fact be the person that we suggested. let's be diplomatic to my husband. She's ended up with deceitful, which is not what I wanted. Alright, let's talk to her about honesty. Ah, that's better. Squashes your intrigue, but it's much better for your diplomacy. It's not great for your personal wombat skill, but never mind. Right, nail the invoice hat to the heads. Ooh, special tithe. I might actually manage to achieve my goal of having a reasonable amount of money. Enough, in fact, then to contemplate invading, people. Right, so she gets diligent. Right. Well, yeah. Let's get her to be diligent. I think that's definitely a good trait. I'll try. Don't need to squash my intrigue. Poachers will be eliminated. Otherwise, I can gain. Let's. Oh, right, he thought that I was being cruel. Right, well, there we go. I don't want to banish him. The problem is, he's got such terrible personal wombat skill.
If you go under relations, do you get to find out who his rival is? Well, we don't strictly. It could be
him, who's... It's a bit of a risk. I think either I disallow it and take no further action, which will squash his opinion down by 10 points.
Is he a person of any significance?
He's my court chaplain.
Oh, right.
So I don't want to disallow it and banish the instigator because he's my court chaplain. I don't think this would help. I think we disallow it in case it's against someone who can actually work out which end of a sword is which. So I can turn her into a proud thing, or I can gain 5 piety by maybe she might become proud, but this seems a fairly notional thought. So, well, she's turned out a bit useless. A diligent, proud, but unfortunately a misguided warrior.
But since he's already betrothed to someone. It doesn't much matter.
It doesn't much matter.
You're not
Yes,
in keeper anyway.
that's true. Oh, my other son has hit that age. Okay, let's trade to home. Assign Guardian. I think indeed it should be me. Yes, I'm trying a little bit to. The problem is I can't really marry for it's hard to do inheritances unless I have a son that's going to inherit, and that I can guarantee be married to someone. Let's try and avoid becoming cruel. Let's go for just taking 20 prestige for nailing hats to people. I can only assume this is because he died. Yes. I wonder who my current boss's boss is. Basileus Belisarius the Kind. Oh, he's stressed already. Kind, a scholar, scarred, and a brilliant strategist. All around nice guy, generally in charge of the empire. It's not, there's any technology to spread at this point. Right, we have a claim on next door. Let's use it. So, let's just briefly have a look at. We have a lot. Do we still have a smallish independent state over there? We do. Okay. I don't intend to try and invade next door yet. I intend to try and get some more money, possibly indeed hit my my target, so that I can actually afford to hire some mercenaries. Right, let's. That's coming along nicely there. 14 diplomacy, 15 martial. That's pretty respectable. Oh dear, my husband has got smallpox. What I want is... I don't want to imprison him, what I want is a quarantine button.
You have to send into hiding? No.
No.
Can you go into hiding?
No.
Because someone actually has you wanted to murder
There do you. Not just some bacillus. Does anyone want to murder my daughter?
You might be able to give her a guardian in a different court, but it might be a bit hard to get her back again.
Problem is I want someone quite good.
I mean, she's 14. You mostly want someone who has an education trait that you want to give to her. probably has to be someone fairly nearby, like, because I think they may be.
I'm just going to see if
if you want, I wouldn't go for Mastermind Theologian. If you really want her to get Mastermind Theologian. Oh no, that's Grey Eminence, sorry.
Yes.
I think that was Mastermind Theologian.
I have no idea.
Okay. Dispatch your daughter to Florence for a couple of years.
Or at least until... and hope she doesn't become Lombard. Otherwise this might cause a bit of a problem. And hope that the smallpox epidemic has burnt itself out by then. See, we don't even count as having the epidemic. Or indeed, nor does anywhere else now. Even though lots of people are getting it. Right, well I gained 15 prestige from my great zealotry.
Oh, I should final.
Yeah, that's certainly a theory. So the question is, do I try and... maybe I don't bring her back right now. Because she might come back by force anyway. Good lord, she's turned out hopeless.
I presume that your intended heir is not betrothed in a way that will allow her to lose your business. She's absolutely.
Yes.
Good.
Right, well, my brother has snuffed it from smallpox. Right. Mysticos. Good grief, surely I can find a better Mysticos than that. Can we have any Mysticos days?
Not in general. If they're your mother or wife, I think.
Yes. I know he's the wrong religion, but I'll ask him to convert when he gets here. And my half sister needs a guardian. I want to point him to be my Mr. Cross. Sent him a gift. A small signing bonus. Hard religious conversion. Yes. Study technology in Constantinople. Right, there we are. Oh, I don't want the medium crown authority. Bastards can no longer fight each other. Nope. So then the question is, given that, well, I think now is a great time to invade Prusa.
It goes better than last time.
Well, I've now got like twice as many troops as Prusa has. And Prusa doesn't have that much gold. So let's declare war and claim Prusa. That will give me a Gavelkind problem, but hopefully I can fix that. Let's turn down time a lot. Right. I don't so much have an army here as more a small collection of states. But There we go. We will have a river crossing penalty, but let's see how this goes. Oh dear, something's happened to my new Mr. Hot. How very disappointing. Right. Well, I think I should become an organiser. It is, I think, the single most useful trait one can have. That's given me 15% war score, but I suspect I'm going to have to besiege all 3 places. So that's going to be just over 1,000. Okay. So, does any of you... Oh yes, one of you has siege leader. Excellent. Right, fine. And I'm pretty sure that you can't besiege my thing. No, you can't. Ha 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 ha. Lol. Of course, the downside is raising my personal levies is going to squash my income a bit. But on the plus side, I don't think it's going to be the world's hugest problem. Hooray! I'm not ill anymore.
Is it worth dismissing your vassal levies? It's like you're annoying your vassals for like 20 troops.
I'm not until I've besieged the second... the next couple of holdings, because that holding in particular needs a fair...
Dismiss them for this one and then raise them again.
I suppose I could, yes. Dismiss those out and then bring them back over. That might mean I'm losing my siege leader bonus. Okay, let's get you there. You, how scary are you? Somewhat. Let's try fabricating claims on my boss. And I'm hoping that I can win this and then be in a position to use up the duchy. Maybe. is my hope. Let's make time go a bit faster because sieges are still boring. Oh look, the Byzantine Empire is having another war. What are you having a war for? Kartlian Holy War for Kartli. Okay, fine. Anyway, I'll get on with my siege. Gosh, they just raised to 31%. Right, so my half sister is now come of age. Do I want to try getting my heir back?
Well, we might teach you somewhere perfectly reasonable. And,
Well, I want to kind of avoid her turning into a Lombard.
he doesn't look like someone who's going to. I mean, he might convert to religion, given he's zealous.
Yeah.
So probably not. Like, she's only there for 2 years. It's basically a time-based thing.
Yes. Right, lose 50 prestige. Let's not do that. Get 10 gold and do the thing. 72% chance, get strong leader. 28% chance we go squash. And we lose the barracks in.
Would you consider dishonourable by anything?
Yes. That's growth and right, let's try and get a grip on my armies. Well, nothing seems to have happened, so that's right. Let's maybe raise vassal levies now and get them to come and join in, because by the time they get here we'll probably have won this siege.
Did you?
Damn it!
Oh dear.
Yes.
That shouldn't have happened.
No.
I mean, he's still not bad.
It's true. I think she's still better than anyone else.
I mean, that does have like a 10% chance of happening, even though it's obviously singularly unhelpful.
Yes. Right, you're not large enough. Let's turn down time a bit. So you go to media. I think
What's your current military situation? As in, could you get over that just by marching back home and dismissing and re-raising your personal levies?
just about. But I think if I nip over here and
oh yes, you're at 94%, so yeah.
and
Quick
also
battle will probably deal with this as well.
yes, the war is not indecisive. I mean, I can also afford to raise some troops this time, which, you know, is a bit better. Right. So that's plains. I think we can afford to go and give them hopefully a small kicking. While trying to avoid that large revolt. Unfortunately, their army is rather better balanced than mine, which might leave me with some problems. Hopefully the centre will collapse any second now. That should probably do it. Thank you for saying someone had a son. Right, there we are. 100% war score. Release the altar.
So you probably can't. So I suspect there is a reason why you can't revert the duchy like Essex.
Right. Cannot create or usurp a title of the same or higher rank as our lieges.
Alright. Because he is your liege.
Yeah. So presumably I can get a claim on the county, the county or duchy, and well, I think my chancellor is there fabricating claims. Right, so I have that many, and I need to let my levies recover a bit. Okay, you've recovered a lot. Let's not go and invade you. I don't think this would be a sensible use of our time. Let's let time tick a bit quicker. Let's go and have a look at our inheritance. No, I don't think there's anyone obviously better than Parthena. I mean, she's not like as good as we'd hoped, but
But you certainly do.
but yes, she's certainly reasonable. I assume that means that, yes, the Byzantine Emperor is dead. Long live the next Byzantine Emperor, Basileus Hectorius. So we have the small problem that at the moment we will lose the county, but of course we will have a claim on it. Medium, no, we don't want that. I want to be able to invade, or I want to be able to invade my other counts. It's vitally important. The plus side, fingers crossed, I seem to be not having more children. Damn it! So he does have a moderate amount of money, but not that much. Ah, of course he's tribal, and he's got over 500 prestige. So that's... and he's Norse, Karl the Conqueror, having presumably... Good grief, right, that's an actual successful adventurer. Presumably coming down the Dnieper, or possibly, yeah, probably the Dnieper to get there. Right. Let's accept the... Right. Ooh, 50 military technology points. Yes, please. Right, you've been appointed to my regent. So, infantry. Right, well, all I can afford to invest in is melee technologies, so let's invest in some melee technologies. Let's just check we can't do anything useful with anything else. We can't. Obviously, I'm naming all my sons after classical Greek people. It's very educated of me. It's also easier than trying to find the Greek word for badger. It's true.
I can remember that one.
Well, specifically trying to find Greek word for mustelids other than badger. The problem with Asbos is it does kind of have this 1990s Tony Blair Asbo thing. Right, let's lecture my son on charity. I mean, he may yet turn out to be more use than his sister. And he might not, but... big grief, I'm pregnant again. Oh, this one's sickly. We'll see what happens. I think we're still... Ooh, we can build some stuff in here. But obviously we need to save up a bit. For it. Oh, Horsey. Horsey goes to stand in Constantinople. Ah, we have nicked tech from Constantinople. Have we got enough to do anything good? Not really. So she might turn out not to be a terrible heir. So well, she's not bad.
Sorry, what thing? Oh, right.
Yeah. She's turned out a grey eminence.
Yeah, slightly low martial for a small realm, but
Yeah.
what's a betrothed martial like? I mean, you've got a hat. And, you have a martial hat, but not otherwise.
Yes.
Particularly stunning.
So she's got 14 martial and well, a betrothed. Maybe.
Probably not. He's probably going to turn out as a grey eminence or similar.
Yes, I just want to. So something weird is probably going to happen because he's in a matrilineal betrothal with my heir.
Right.
Which is a bit tricky because otherwise I'd hope to try and get their heir to end up inheriting the duchy, but I don't think that'll work because it's agnatic, cognatic, gavel kind. So I think that's going to end up a bit weird. Yes, you've turned out a mastermind theologian, which is possibly the most unhealthy thing. Right, well, I've stopped being proud. Well, that's something. Right, let's go and check how this lot is doing. Well, we've got a new Byzantine Empire. Okay, limited crown authority. Yup, we approve of that. Byzantine Holy War for Jerson. Oh well, good luck with that. Actually, let's toggle special interest on, because really I want to know when he dies, because his heir probably won't have that much stuff, and then I can go and invade them. Woohoo! I fulfilled my ambition to amass wealth. Right. We should pick an ambition. Become a paragon of virtue. Probably can't do that before I die. What? I mean, I'd like to have the ambition to become Queen of Anatolia. I just don't think it's likely to happen. Maybe I should improve my learning. Let's improve my learning. This one's not so hard. I think I can probably read some books. Oh yes, I can of course now invest in some more stuff. Let's first of all invest in a castle town. And let's put you on to oversee construction. While we wait. Send my son into hiding, but you know, he's 15, he's going to have to learn how to dodge his assassination attempts at some point. It's pretty much inevitable. Let's marry her off. Well, he's turned out a bit hopeless. Gain gold or gain prestige. I think I could do with the cash. You're annoyingly not dead yet, Dave. But, so... unfortunately, while I have a claim on that county, the Kingdom of Galicia Volhynia is probably just about to squash it. Yes.
You probably still have to claim.
Yes, but the problem here is I was going to go, ooh, that's hardly anyone, but of course 4 vassals. I mean, he can't raise any special troops from that lot, but
of course, if the Byzantine Emperor is sensible, he'll go, oh, I've got a vassal with a claim on the county in Volhynia.
It's true.
I mean, it'd be better if you had a claim on Dutch, obviously, but...
You know what? Well, she's turned up. She's quite useful. My son isn't too bad. His diplomacy's high, but his martial's a bit low. Right, who are you? You thing. You're a thing. Okay, right, yes. If only because that allows me to stick.
You can't fabricate a claim on the Byzantine Empire that way.
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to fabricate a claim on the county of Nicaea.
However,
currently there is a small problem that,
your direct liege
is the emperor, which is a small problem. But Byzantine revolt war, so don't know, might not have current emperor for very long. Yeah. Can I invite anyone with better martial to my court? Maybe. Right. Let's try using that claim and then let's see if we can put my Megastros onto improving diplomatic relations with the Basileus of the Byzantine Empire, who currently doesn't like me because I just got a claim on his county.
So now you're sending the person who got the claim on his county to explain to him how it's all fine.
Yeah. It's fine, he's a reasonably good... he's a reasonably good thingy. Right, who are you? You are a random kin state. I don't have anyone good to marry you to, so... marry you off there. Let's assign my Macrodoukas as a thing. Right. I've cheered my liege up a bit. He now doesn't completely hate me.
Excellent. But you're not going to go and try taking his county off him just now, presumably.
Well, no. I'm going to wait till someone else is Basileus.
Ridiculous, because you can't declare war on your liege like that.
Well, I might struggle anyway, because it's my Dutch. Right, let's just hang on, have a look at de jure duchies. So, what have we got? You two are rather softer. Let's oops. That was not, in fact, I wanted to put you. Might want to reconsider that. Maybe not. So he's reasonably good, and you're quite right, I should make him a commander. Leave commander. And in fact, let's probably relieve you, even though otherwise you're quite good. Because I like siege leaders, they are useful. We should probably marry him off. I don't know what's happened to... well, let's marry him to the Countess of Constantinople. I don't think that's going to cause us to end up inheriting Constantinople, but we can give it a try.
Very smart. You might now be able to get an alliance with Constantinople.
We'll see. You are my other son. Can I only really betroth you to courtiers? So we're doing a bit better than that, so it might not be the world's worst idea. Right. Ooh, can we get an advance for that? Can we get an actual sensible advance for that? No. Right, however, it is 10:30, so that's the time, not the year. Let's save and stop. So I'm still Countess Gregoria of Doralion. The year is 826.